Hey everybody, Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader here with the closing wrap up. Daily chart, you can see potentially trying to have a reversal day. Look, this reversal day would have a hell of a lot more behind it if they could have closed it below the daily mid-band there. They closed it just below the 100-day. They took care of the 50. Remember, we wanted, the Bulls' number one job, we wanted to see if they could close above the 50. They could not. They took it down to 55, 56. So you had the bond auction at 1 o'clock, and the yield on that jumped about 50 basis points and over what the last one had been on the 30-year, and that really knocked it down. Now they found that they found their feet a little bit there the last hour and a half, and they ended up closing above the daily mid-band. So kind of a stick save there. But you've got this this red little candle that's engulfed the candle before. So if the bears are going to take advantage, if they have a chance, they do going into tomorrow. Hourly. So you get your CPI report, which knocked it off the highs. They do a nice little lower high here at the hourly mid-band, and then they spend midday just basically fighting over the roundy, fighting over the weekly pivot, and then finally 1 o'clock hits and they drop it. A little bit of a continuation, and now we're kind of this little bounce. So what do we have? So the this little dead cat profit taking bounce into the close. It's going to do a lower low. If it is, then you got to take out 55 tonight, and I mean tonight. If it does that, then it has some potential for some real legs to the downside. And then you're looking at you're looking at the 9-day, and then you've got weekly pivot down below. If the bulls are going to survive, they must get back above 4,400. So you got a bunch of bank earnings tomorrow morning before the open. That should be interesting, and then we'll see what we wake up to. But the tale of the day was, look, if these bond auctions can rattle the tape like this, it just goes back to what we've been saying. This remains a very two-sided tape. The bulls are going to have their time, the bears are going to have their time, but the whole thing overall is very neutral. It is not Wile E. Coyote off a cliff, way below the 200-day, look out below, there's no bid. And it's also not, look how overbought it is. As you go straight up, it's a Saturn rock. No, it's none of those things. It's a confused tape that doesn't know what to think about geopolitics. It doesn't know what to think about inflation. It doesn't know what to think about anything anymore. It's very, very uncertain. And I think it's going to stay uncertain until we get through the November 1 Fed meeting. So enjoy the moments when the bulls are in control by being long. Enjoy the moments when the bears are in control by being short. But don't get too caught up one way or the other about multi-day, multi-week positional moves. It's a very, very two-sided tape that you can do very well in if you just keep that perspective. All right, have a great night. We'll do the webcast tomorrow morning. Take care, trade them well. Talk to you then. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.